This first video will be more biographic than anything else, because back at the time we really didn't have the instruments to record ourselves with. They were analog days. So I'll try to insert some pictures to spice it up a little. I was 14 or 15 when my dad gifted me my very first electric guitar. Before that I had a classic one, an acoustic one. I remember ruining the 3rd fret on the neck of that guitar because I wanted to learn to play The Beautiful People by Marilyn Manson. It sounded awful because I didn't know how to tune the damn thing. I actually thought that tabs had to be read in the reverse, so I used to... So I remember tuning the guitar up until to a point where the strings broke because I didn't have any teacher. There was basically no YouTube nor information I could get on how to do it. So I started taking lessons. I know a couple of kids that lived around my block that played other instruments. We used to rehearse under my garage, actually here, back home back then. I remember playing in my garage for the next 2 to 3 years. So there are only exported MIDI tracks from the Guitar Pro software, and it was version 3 at the time. There weren't means to record ourselves. They mostly were analogical and well beyond our 14 years old means, as we had already pestered our parents about playing us instruments to play with in the first place. We used to say, well, if it sounds so good on the Guitar Pro software, which it didn't, it will certainly sound better once it's recorded, which it never happened. Which will never happen, probably. That's never gonna happen. Had been taking guitar lessons for about 3 years when I performed for the very first time in a town square in front of 200 people. It was for a end of year academic performance that was organized by the school. Stage fright. What was I feeling? How could I be scared? I was awesome. Being 17 at the time, I was of course omniscient. I had played a song by Satriani. My teacher at the time, and I believe he still is really a fan of hairy 80s guitarists like Steve Vai, these other kind of guys. Well, I like Paul Gilbert quite a bit. I like his style. I like him because he doesn't take himself too seriously. I like Yngwie Malmsteen, for example. At the time I was actually more into metal, alternative rock, even post-rock. Yeah, it was the time where post-rock was quite big. Probably the only time where post-rock was ever big. Bands like Mogwai, Sigur Rós. Also new metal was very big at the time. And I used to listen to Tool, Perfect Circle, Slipknot, Porcupine Tree, Smashing Pumpkins, too many to mention. This is just to say that I really didn't only listen to metal exclusively. I also like to listen to Radiohead, Nine Inch Nails, Joy Division, and get really depressed. Bauhaus. At the end of the performance that I gave back then, my teacher gave me my 4th year completion diploma rather than the 3rd, but I really thought that it was just flattering me because he wanted me to enroll for the subsequent year. But I really think that it was very happy that we shared the same passion for the electric guitar. But you can see that at the very end of the performance, the camera really zooms out and you can see the name of the school under the stage. So I kind of was right that it was just one big ad for the school, basically, which doesn't diminish the fact that he probably was very proud of me. I think it was a nice experience, nonetheless. I have a very good memory about it. My dad was instead howling at the performance. If you can see anyone screaming throughout the performance, that's basically him. When I first started playing guitar, since I was learning and I never did learn to play guitar because I thought it was too difficult, I really didn't think I could have pulled it off. Which, well, it was wrong. I proved him wrong, and I did the same with singing afterwards and computer science afterwards. When you start studying something difficult that people have no experience in, don't talk about anyone about what you're doing. Just push through it, get to the other end, and just let people call you a genius once you're on the other side. But don't talk to other people about what you're working on when you are working on it. Especially if it's the first time you are approaching it. Don't talk to anyone about your dreams. Don't do it. Never do that. Especially if you're young, because if you're an adult, you can just tell them, well, go fuck yourself, you know. But if you're a kid, it's difficult. You don't have the self-assuredness that an adult has. So keep the shit to yourself, and then perform in a critical situation and fucking smash it. That's my hint. That's all for this video.